What up, motherfuckers? Y'all knew I was gonna be back. I'm back. You knew I was gonna be back. I want to introduce y'all to somebody. Now, this person is very special to me. Like, he holds a very big place in my heart. And this is his introduction into the internet, so I want y'all to say hi to my dog Leroy. Say what up, man. See him? Say what up, man. Say what up, Leroy. That's Lindsay. Say what up, Lindsay. Wiggy. What up, Wiggy? This is their official introduction into cyberspace. What up, Wiggy? Alright, hold on. You gonna make me drop the... What's up, man? Come here. Alright, the reason I brought Leroy... Come here, Leroy. Stand up, man. The reason I brought Leroy here today is because I want to talk to y'all about the higher self and the lower self. Now, some of y'all probably already know... Hey, don't do that. Some of y'all You tried to pull it, too. Some of y'all probably already know where I'm going with this. Some of y'all don't, but as you can see, I love Leroy very much, but he's a dog. He's always going to be a dog. He's not a human. He's an animal. So what you got to understand is that there's a certain animal nature, and then there's a human nature. There's a higher self, and there's a lower self. If you study the Sphinx, if you ever see the Sphinx in Egypt, what you learn about that is that was a symbol saying that you got an animal nature in yourself, and then you got a manly nature. The higher part is the human nature, and then the lower part is the animal nature, the part that really can't be controlled. And it's a very powerful symbol if you think about it, because the animal really can't control itself. He really, he just he's on autopilot. The lower self is filled with the lower three chakras, which are red, orange, and yellow. And those three chakras are lower self thinking. I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty. I need something to eat. I need something to drink. I'm tired. I want to lay down. I want to have sex. I want to control. Wanting too much control, too much desire, too much passion. All of that is lower self-thinking, which is animal nature, which is a part of you, but it's a shadow version of yourself. It's a shadow version of true self, which is the higher self, which is based on intellect, proper communication, the third eye, being able to see things before they happen, be able to have what's called wisdom and insight, and your crown chakra, knowing that we're all spiritually connected as one person, and there's no separation between us all, and any type of separation is an illusion. That's the higher self. So you got the lower self, and you got the higher self. So the Sphinx was a interpretation of that same concept. And in Hood X, we call the lower self Agent Smith, which is the agent, which is the host of the lower self. Why are you looking at me? I guess you want to say hi. Say hi. Go ahead. All right. He's a dog. He's not going to really say hi. I hope you wasn't expecting him to really say hi. But the agent is the host, the person who holds the lower self. Some of the Moors that I've met, they have a concept. They say you got to hold that down. That's why they put their right hand over the left, and they say that's what we hold down, which is the snake, the serpent that's trying to rise. The lower self. You want to hold that down. Now in Hood X, we teach that the same concept, similar to Clarence 13X taught, which was a revolutionary concept, which is that we don't deny no part of the self, which means that that's not an excuse to indulge in it, but you're aware. Just because if I'm aware of my lower self thinking, then I can have better control over it, which helps my communication. So in Hood X, whereas a lot of people kind of exaggerate that thought, and then they kind of go into spirituality with the devil and things like that. There was somebody who quoted something to me once. It's a very powerful quote. He said, "Man, if there's anybody in history that ever needed more prayer than anybody, it was the devil." And if you understand the type of influence that the devil may have over you as far as how he tricks you, a lot of times you get into a devilish nature, it's because you got tricked into it. A lot of people aren't aware of that. That's like another concept, a new jewel we call Johnny Blaze. If you understand the story of Ghost Rider, Method Man actually mainstreamed the concept of Johnny Blaze, but Johnny Blaze was actually a character in Marvel Comics who turned into the Ghost Rider. and he got tricked by the devil in order to do his bidding. So a lot of times we get tricked into devilish ways and things that that we might not be aware of. So once you become aware of those concepts, you can no longer be tricked. So therefore, you have a choice whether or not to go into these devilish nature or not. So it's, if you still are aware of the devilish nature, you still go into it. If you're still aware of the lower self and you still choose to go into it, how far you choose to take it, it's up to you. We all have a lower self, even if you're aware of it or not. Like, you see this video and all of a sudden you think you know something. You go, oh shit, lower self, higher self. Oh, you're operating from the lower self. Like, you want to walk around and tell people that they operate from the lower self and cast judgment and all that type of shit. That's not really what it's about. It's really more of accepting the fact that you have a lower self and being able to control it. You'll never be able to completely dominate the lower self because it's part of you. It's like killing part of yourself. You can never. That's what the symbol was in the Matrix, that the Agent Smith and Neo, he can never defeat Smith. And Smith used to say things like, it's inevitable, man. You can't beat me. I'm a part of you. And it wasn't until Neo actually accepted the part that Smith was a part of him, then he was able to control all of the Smiths, all of the negative nature, until it wasn't until actually he accepted that he had a lower self and it was a part of him. You can fight it as much as you want. That's what they were showing you in the Matrix. You can fight as much as you want, go to war, but it's still going to be a part of you. That's just reality. So you have to accept the fact that you have a higher self, you have a lower self, and you need to be aware of that as far as how you talking to people, how you communicate, how you verbalize things, and things of that nature. Use common sense. Don't try to act like you're a saint. Don't try to act like you know everything. Use common sense. There's a higher self and a lower self. All right. Clarence 13X used to teach that if you smoke cigarettes, if you aware, that's just a small example. But if you seeing the level of awareness of sin is in your mind, and that you're aware of it, and that you're fighting it, and that it's a process, and as long as you're trying to overcome the negativity in your life, you don't have to do everything today. Just take it one day at a time and just be aware of your lower self and take it one day at a time and learn to overcome these things. But if you stuck in it under the Mad Hatter lit, and that's what we call it, Mad Hatter lit, if you get stuck in your lower self and you ain't doing nothing to change it, and you just accept it under the acceptance of the chaos, you just accept your lower self, then that's a sin. That's bad. You don't want to do that. You always want to try to fight to be a better person. You want to try to stay positive. You want to try to keep moving forward. That's what the symbol of the Sphinx was. That's why the Sphinx was facing the east, and he was always looking forward. Now, one last person I want to introduce you to. This dog is a very special dog to me, but she's also a very fat dog. Say what up, Lou. This is Lucy. What up, Lou? She had over 50 puppies, this dog right here. This dog actually helped me get my house with the dogs that she had, didn't you? This dog has had over 50 puppies. I love this dog more than any other dog I've ever. That's alive right now. My favorite dog of all time is Larry. And he happened to pass away last December, which really kind of sent me into a depression. I was actually depressed for a long time. But she had a new litter, and I was able to name one of the puppies after Larry, and it really helped me, get through that. And a lot of the kids, they come over, and they be saying, Larry, Larry, to the puppy. And just hearing that name still moving through the house, it really helped me, start to heal, through that process. Well, all right, I'm going to get you some food. She's hungry, so I'm going to make her some food before she starts crying out. You want to say something? You want to say bye? Say bye-bye. It's time for her to eat. All right, so sign up for her next blowback. Posting pictures of y'all, getting it in somewhere turned up. Y'all already know what to do. I'm going to go make some dog food. I'm going to holler at you. 100.